The project is all about exploring change. It's about children thinking, it's about coming up with an idea of what's going to happen and seeing if that idea comes to fruition. The project started all in 1 week really, when children noticed the changing colours of the leaves outside, and on that same day we had ice cream for pudding. And there was lots of discussion happening about ice cream and where it came from and why it was cold and the fact it had been in the freezer. And we decided to propose that and explore it a little bit further with the children. So we set up an initial experiment where they made some jelly.
We looked at jelly cubes to start with. We broke up all the jelly into smaller pieces, and then how do we make it like runny? How do we make it more solid? We talked about lots of words that came out.
And then it went into the freezer. And when it came out of the freezer, they were fascinated. And they'd put things in their jelly, so they were trying to get those things out because they'd frozen inside, and they were just really interested.
Then this progressed on. We've made ice cream with the children. We looked at the ingredients that we might use and how it's going to make ice cream. We produced ice cream, put it in different places, and then we talked about what might happen. And I was jotting down predictions and things. This is quite a young group of children, and I think they're developing confidence in speaking with us in small groups, which has been really, really nice.
They all very quickly understood that things going in the freezer, it makes it hard, it makes it cold, and they often predicted what would happen and it came true. The one thing that didn't was the colour. They quite often said that it was going to change colour when it went into the freezer, and it didn't. It always stayed the same. If it went in red, it came out red. We started then trying to think of ways that we could challenge their thinking, and began using different substances like oil. The oils were all very yellow before they went into the freezer, and when they came out they had turned into lard, so they were white, and they also were not quite as frozen as the water. It's all about thinking, encouraging them to think about why things have happened and what might happen next.
We've given them those opportunities to explore what they want to explore in the way they want to explore it, without telling them what will happen with something, what they need. We've encouraged them to develop the skills of putting stuff together for themselves.
We make lots of predictions. We try to see if our predictions are correct, if our theory's right. There's a lot of discussion that happens, and what's been really interesting about the project is that the children are gaining so many other skills. They have made new friendships, their communication skills have been strengthened. The children who are part of the project whose speech needed to develop, their speech has been developing really well. It's been a really exciting project to see the children's thinking develop, to see them excited to come into nursery and excited to explore. And they're still very much interested, so the project is going to continue. It's going to carry on. We'll follow the children's lead. We've now got a freezer accessible in the main play space, so the children can continue to explore without needing adults around. Other children are now coming over and are interested, and I can envisage the main children who've been involved in this project now becoming real leaders amongst their peers to also become involved with the exciting experiments that we've been doing.